Oh man, how you doing out there? I'm John. If you don't know by now, I just started making videos about wrestling, and it's pretty awesome. Hope you'll stay tuned here with me for the next few minutes. I'm waiting for SmackDown to come on tonight. Pretty excited for it. You know, want to see some people getting some ass kicking in tonight. That'd be great. I thought I'd give a quick, a couple of thoughts about the TNA Impact from last night. Uh, while I sit here waiting, kill some time, two birds with one stone, take a little bit of time off in between homework assignments here, driving myself crazy, see my hair's falling out. Yeah, it's awesome. Not really. Anyway, um, so I'm a little bit rusty on the order of events that this stuff happened in last night, but bear with me because I think I remember a lot of stuff. And let's start with just the opener. Was the Sting Hogan promo for Bound for Glory, and I have this to say that, like, 10, 12 years ago, this would have been awesome again, but for real, guys, you need to put somebody else over. You need to focus on your younger talent. How the hell is Sting versus Hogan doing that? It's really not. I don't know how anybody can defend this. It's like, are they trying so desperately to draw money from us older fans that remember the Sting Hogan feud from back in '97? I don't. Comments down below. Tell me what's going on with this shit, because I don't see the reasoning behind why we're doing this. Like, it just, it's a deal breaker for me. I don't even want to see it. An old guy and an older guy that's had like 8 or 9 back surgeries getting in the ring together. I love Hulkamania, dude. I am a Hulkamaniac first, foremost, forever. It's gonna live on until, I'm dead and my grandchildren are dead and their grandchildren are dead. It was that big. And it's still pretty awesome. But, dude, take on like a backseat role. Don't be on my TV every week, like, it was cool to see you when you first came back, and we thought that there might be a little bit of NWO swerve, and you guys were beating up Mick Foley and, shaking up the game a little bit. But, I mean, it's been too long. Every fucking time that we have an entrance for, the introduction to Impact, it's always somebody from Immortal, if not Hogan himself, coming out and talking shit, and I'm just tired of that. And, it needs to stop. Somebody has got to draw the line. I hope that by the end of this, that, after Bound for Glory, we won't have to deal with this anymore. We can just focus on younger, hungrier guys that can go with a real match and can actually execute moves without busting their tailbone. I'm just saying. One of the first matches I remember of the night was the X Division match. It was Sorensen and Austin Aries. This was sloppy. There were a lot of missed opportunities here, and I think that the interference from Kid Cash really kind of detracted from the quality of the match for me. Like, so I understand maybe you want to build another feud up between Kid Cash and Sorensen again. Maybe one feels like, the other is getting a lot more time and focus than the other, and they're jealous. I mean, like, that's cool and all, but why are we interrupting an X Division title match? It's just, I know you want to protect Austin Aries and save him for, a more established star, but you're never going to get Sorensen overdoing this stuff, so don't do it. If you want to introduce him, like, have him come to the ring and actually have theme music. Like, I was listening to Off the Rope show, major plug, and, shit like that, he said the same fucking thing, and I'm just going to repeat it because I think it bears repeating, that people without entrance music equals loser, in our opinion, because we don't care. How am I going to get behind somebody if I don't know, like, what their theme music is going to be when it plays and they come out? You associate that with them, like, I remember being a kid, and you would hear the Ultimate Warrior's music, like the first note, and the whole friggin' crowd would just erupt. Like, I remember when I remember when the NWO first came out, and that first note of that music would hit, and everybody was just out of their fucking seat, unglued. You need that stimulation. You can't go one without the other. It's not like, even if The Rock was to come out in the middle of the ring and just walk down the ramp, you'd be like, where the hell's his music? It doesn't make any sense. Where's the pyro? Like, if The Undertaker came out and didn't do that whole lights turn on thing, you'd be like, somebody on drugs today? I don't get it. But anyway, just as a side note, like, Austin Aries, great idea to have him as a champ. Let's find somebody to put him against and have some really good matches right now and really elevate that title, because the X Division is what TNA was all about to begin with. So let's focus on that. Let's make that not just be a cruiserweight title. Let's make that actually be a viable title that people in the company want to compete for. Just saying. We had the ladies match where it was Tessmacher against Mickie James. I guess this was a qualifying match for Bound for Glory to be in a three-way dance for the title. And it just leaves me a little bit empty, because we've already seen Mickie James in this situation before, and we already know that Winter is probably going to drop the belt at the pay-per-view. Like, she's already in there with Velvet Sky, who is obviously getting this big push as of recent. Like, she took out ODB and Jackie not all that long ago by herself. Tell me that they're not going to do something with her. So I don't see how it would have hurt Tessmacher to get over by winning this match and advancing. At least, it would have showed that, hey, I can compete too. But that's just my personal thoughts and biases. I thought that the pre-taped interview with RVD and Anderson was just not needed. Like, I know they wanted to advertise that they were going to have that tag match later against Jerry Lynn and Bully Ray, but give other people a chance to get on TV. If you're already in a match, you don't need a before-match interview, and then you don't need another segment where RVD's laid out to create suspense. I mean, like, if it's just going to turn into a handicap match, whatever, tell us that he got injured or something, or he wasn't there, it was overbooking that didn't need to happen. Like, we already know that both of those guys are having singles matches, RVD and Anderson, against Bully Ray and Jerry Lynn, not in that order necessarily, but they're going to be at the pay-per-view. So let's showcase something else, or let's not even have this be a tag match. Let's have the separate matches from that card. Let's have them come out to the ring and do something together to hype what's going to happen, instead of just having this weird 2-on-1 handicap match where the crowd is kind of hot for Anderson, but they're really like, is RVD going to come out at the end or not? And then it didn't work for me. I'm sorry. It's my opinion, and if you have a different opinion, feel free to share it. I feel like I'm missing a lot of stuff, but I'm probably not, because let's go with Daniels and AJ Styles beating the hell out of each other. You've done this already. You really don't need to do it again. Is that rough of me to say that I really don't want to see it again? Because you've had this as a pay-per-view match before. You've had it on free TV. I've already seen it. I don't want to see it again, and I certainly don't want to have to pay to see it, because you've already given it to me for free after they fought at a pay-per-view. It was supposed to be their last match and whatever. Now, granted, they're kicking, Daniels is kicking them in the nuts and making it personal, but, you already knew Fortune was going to break up, because Bobby Roode is getting a singles push. They look like they want to give James Storm a singles push. Whatever. Talk about the main event real quick. I really don't like that they had interference in this match. This should have been something that was just Kurt Angle, beating James Storm, but making him look real strong. And that really didn't happen, because you had Gunner come out and fuck the whole thing up. But at least they saved it there at the end, and you had Rude holding the belt at the end of the match and creating that dramatic effect, like, oh, is this what's going to happen at Bound for Glory? And the one thing that I can say for Bound for Glory is, please God, let's hope so. We need a new face, a new champ, and let him talk. And that's it, guys. See you later.